Hello, friend. This is Marshall Zen, 2 Cent, coming at you again with another fabulous fragrance. The fragrance I'll be speaking about today is called Jaipur from the house of Boucheron. Get that correct. Get that good. So I get a good light on that one. This fragrance here is very classic, gentleman type of fragrance here. Man, it's a love to me. It's a love at first sight when I first smelled this fragrance. Actually, I'll get into details about that in the review. But before I get into this review, I'd like to ask you to click like and subscribe to the channel down below as I strive to bring you more creative content about these fabulous fragrances out here impacting our daily lives. And you know this channel for you individuals who physically can't put their nose to a fragrance but like to have a good idea of description of what these fragrances actually smell like. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Friends, as I mentioned before, the fragrance I'm actually speaking about is Jaipur from the house of Boucheron. I actually got this fragrance through a sample from Fragrance X. I bought a sample, it came in like a little small bottle. It's very identical to the bottle itself. But when I first smelled the fragrance, man, it just took me back to when I go to this barber shop in our hometown. My hometown is Brooksville, Texas, for y'all that know. And we had this barber by the name of Mankey. And when he finished, the name Mankey, but when he finished cutting your hair, he used to put this stuff on you. He used to dip in his hands, slapping his hands together, rubbing on your face and around your neck. And the smell of that, whatever he had, was similar to this. But this is a very lovable fragrance for me, especially in the cooler weather as it is right now. Man, this fragrance, I think it does very much wonders. And I think it's a niche quality fragrance for like piss away money. I paid $35 for this fragrance here. And the overall projection, longevity, the smell of itself, the scent. That's really a gem, for the price it is, And also, this fragrance was released in 1997, so it is a retro, kind of retro fragrance. It's still relative for today of 22. Sorry about that. I would think, yeah, it's like a classic fragrance. It's like a fragrance that's regardless of the year that you wear it, at this time. And I think this fragrance actually sits right in that category. So let's get into the scent profile. Top notes that you actually get from this fragrance is lemon, verbena, lemon, lime, cardamom, and bergamot. Supposedly. So, but you do definitely get the citrus vibe when you first spray this fragrance on. It's a clean citrus, very familiar with classic scents. So are you familiar with some classic scents out there? Some retrograde scents that you and then this was released in the late 90s. Kind of get an idea of what it actually has a vibe of. And I know when it transitioned into the middle notes where we have rose, jasmine, carnation, and cinnamon, you definitely get those floral facets of this particular fragrance. I think it'll give me more so the carnation, then rose, and also jasmine, but those are definitely in there. So, but you do get the powdery nuisance. We're actually coming from. I know rose actually has the powdery nuisance also, but I'm assuming that the carnation actually does too in this particular fragrance. And then the cinnamon adding that spice to it, the soft spice, the sweet spice, does a very good job in this particular fragrance. This has the concoction of these notes coming together. And then we get, as it goes into the dry down, the base notes, we have benzoid, cedar, patchouli, and vanilla. And you definitely get the vanilla. I actually got a nice dose of the vanilla when I, opening it up. You do get that sweetness, that creaminess of the fragrance itself. But also, it says cedar wood. I know me particularly, to me it smells like a sandalwood. Just because the creaminess of it. So I'm assuming maybe just how the notes all play together, that it's not actually getting off that cedar wood, uh, but it just has a nice backbone to it, but it also would give that masculinity, but it also has that creaminess to the fragrance itself. So it's like a very uh, enjoyable fragrance. Like it's not overly masculine, but it is a masculine fragrance itself. Uh, so overall, with the overall, it just has that when you open it, that clean citrus vibe when you first open it up. This giving way to what's to be coming in the future, which is gives that wave of that sweetness, that spiciness, and also that roundness of this gives some masculinity with the patchouli and things of that nature, just to give it that backbone that it actually needs to be substantial, and it does just that. So that leads me into the performance. The performance of this fragrance here is definitely good. I definitely get 6 hours plus with this fragrance on my skin. On my clothes, I get even longer. And the projection, you do get a nice scent bubble around you with this fragrance here. Man, this I mean, you have to be easy with the trigger with this fragrance here. Wouldn't spray too much on. And also the sea lodge. The sea lodge is a nice, warmth, sweet spice. To me, be intoxicating trail. This is like this scent you find on someone is a mature scent. It is not a scent that you'll find on a teenager or a young someone in their 20s, particularly. Not saying that you can, but just how the scent profile, how it's all put together, it is a more of a mature, gentleman type of vibe. A person that actually be wearing this fragrance. And it's crazy how scents actually fit into age categories like that. Because I usually don't really get into age, who should wear a fragrance, things of that nature. But this particular fragrance here is definitely saying someone who's mature. And yeah, so if you're into classic fragrances that's timeless, man, that's very masculine, I mean, you should definitely put your nose to this fragrance. I think you would definitely enjoy this fragrance here. And it was neat too, because it's named Jaipur, and it says city in India. And when you go look at some pictures, I should include by them. I know I'm not going to include any pictures of Jaipur. But you go look at some pictures, man, you start seeing some of the city, you can see a really resemblance of what they was going after when making this fragrance here. As you can see, the goldness, the cap is shaped like almost like a temple, or more so to say. But yeah, the individual, she's a female. She did a really good job with this fragrance here. That they really hit home what they was trying to go after or capture in this particular bottle with the name and things of that nature. So yeah, so that's all I have for Jaipur House of Boucheron. A very enjoyable fragrance that individuals could definitely wear, especially for the fall and the winter. It's just like it's a very good scent. It's clean, powder, sweet, spice, enjoyable fragrance, man. Really enjoyable. So yeah, that's all I have at the moment. And oh yeah, I wanted to address when I do spray a fragrance on, just to get an idea when I spray a fragrance on, I'm hitting, on the collarbone, 2 behind the ears, and 1 behind the neck, and 1 or 2 on my shirt. Or it's definitely 2 behind the collarbone, 1 behind the neck, maybe 1 on the shirt. So I'm usually between 4 to 7 sprays every time I fragrance. That is how I spray. So I just wanted to tell you that to give you an idea. When I say longevity between a fragrance, if it's 5 to 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever the case might be, on my clothes and things of that nature. So you have an idea how I actually spray my fragrances on. And when I say my longevity of actually how long it actually lasts, or the projection that it actually gives to me, I just wanted to show you that so you have an idea what my fragrances, how I actually spray my fragrances or apply my fragrances to myself. And I actually got that fragrance from spraying it in that such a way from Jeremy. Jeremy, the fragrance guy, I can't remember his name, but I did. It's been a long time. I mean, like years since I actually sprayed it on my wrist. Kind of got the glimpse of what he was actually saying about, you spraying it on your wrist, and every time you move, the fragrance moving with you. This kind of reserves it, within, your proximity, and it's not. And it is protruding out when it is that type of fragrance that it is. It's doing it naturally. It's not something that you moving things of that nature. So it's kind of like sitting with you, things of that nature. So I do like that actual aspect of spraying the fragrance on. But not to get too much of it. That's all I have for Jaipur House of Bush. So there you go, friends. That's all I have for Jaipur from the House of Bush. I think it's a very enjoyable fragrance, and you definitely get a time. You should definitely check it out. Put your nose to it. I will be doing a written review on this fragrance here in the near future. Definitely be a lookout for that. But where I purchased this fragrance from is from Fragrance X. I think I paid $34 plus tax, free shipping. Came, I think, right under $40 for the fragrance. And you probably can find it at other discounters, but make sure you get something authentic. But yeah, so for me, for the under $40 for the type of fragrance that it is, man, it just couldn't beat it. And like I said before, I put my nose to that little valve. They actually have a fragrance. They actually have a sample on there where I actually got it from myself. I think I paid $4 for the sample. Might have been even cheaper than that. So I fell in love with it, man. I used that whole little bottle up, honestly. So, but yeah, I really enjoy this fragrance. If you had this fragrance, definitely comment down below. I'd like to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this fragrance review, definitely comment down below and hit that like button, just to give some more, to show some love for the content I'm trying to put out here for you individuals who came across these fragrances or haven't came across these fragrances, and want an ideal description what these fragrances actually smell like compared to others and things of that nature. So also, if you have this fragrance and you had any experience with this fragrance, definitely comment down below. I'd like to hear from you also. It's always a pleasure to hear from you individuals listening to my channel and these reviews, because I like the interaction. And I like to see that, hey, I'm not the only one out here wearing these fragrances. There's other people wearing these fragrances and enjoying them just as well as I am, or maybe even having questions for them. So, but that's all you have. It as always. Love, peace, and prosperity. Marshall Joseph, 2 cents out. Peace.